This could be the biggest year in video games yet. Well, not really. But something magical is about to happen. Atari would again throw caution to the wind with this next endeavor. Have you guessed what it is yet? I doubt it. In 1977, Atari opened the first Pizza Time theater, which you probably know better as Chuck E. Cheese's. Fun fact, I took a public speaking class in high school, and the very last speech I had to give was why everyone should go to Chuck E. Cheese's for spring break instead of Florida or Mexico. I even gave out tickets. It was pretty great. Back to video games though, I'm sure you all know what Chuck E. Cheese's is. You go there to eat pizza, play various arcade games, and get sick. Cause there's always that one little shit with a cold who runs around coughing on everything and everyone. While it was opened by Atari, it was from the mind of Nolan Bushnell, who would eventually buy the rights to Pizza Time Arcade back from Atari for $500,000. Remember in the last video when I said the Fairchild Semiconductor had to change the name of their console from Video Entertainment System to Fairchild Channel F because of Atari's console? That's because in 1977, Atari released the Atari 2600. Well, sort of. It wasn't called the 2600 until after the Atari 5200 was released in 1982. The original name was Atari VCS, which stood for Atari Video Computer System. I'm sure you can see why the two consoles would get confusing. Atari chose 2600 for the console's new name from a part number, CX2600. Most computers of the time had programs stored on floppy disks, cassette tapes, or paper tape. In the early 70s, Hewlett-Packard computers used read-only memory in the form of removable cartridges. For a time, these cartridges were considered for use in video game consoles. The 2600 wasn't gonna use cartridges at first, but after seeing a fake cartridge system on another console, Dabney and Bushnell realized that their games could be on a cartridge for virtually the price of the connector and the packaging for the cartridge. The 2600 shipped with 2 joysticks and Combat, with 8 more games available at launch. Combat was a multi-directional shooter that played from a top-down perspective. The gameplay consisted of 2 vehicles, tanks, biplanes, or jets, attempting to shoot each other. The game claimed to have 27 games in one, but it was really just a bunch of different gameplay options. For example, you could have shots that could bounce off the walls, or choose to have the vehicles be invisible except when they fired. The Atari 2600 would go on to sell 250,000 units in 1977. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about with the Atari 2600 because not a lot happened with it in 1977 besides being released. Don't worry though, we'll get very intimate with the Atari 2600 because it won't be discontinued until 1992. And that's gonna do it for this video about the history of video games for 1977. Kind of a short video, but between the Atari 2600 and Chuck E. Cheese's, there's a lot to be excited about this year. Thanks for watching this part of the history of video games. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day.